It's not okay to say she was asking for it.
It's not okay to be cruel to your boy.
It's not okay that in Christchurch, over 500 women and children need support for new family violence issues a year. For Women's Refuge Awareness Month, the 5 organisations around Christchurch are spreading awareness about the cause. Battered Women's Refuge manager Lois Herbert says providing a place of safety is the most important thing. Christchurch Battered Women's Refuge operates a confidential address house, a place where women and children can go and feel safe. Lois Herbert says the women are allowed to stay there as long as they need until they find other accommodation. With the current housing shortage in Christchurch, people need to stay longer.
The average stay at the moment is almost 30 days, so that's a long period of time, and that's because of the housing situation in Christchurch, and that's gone up dramatically since 2010, when the average, I just worked it out yesterday, was 9 days, so that's a really big change.
Lois Herbert says it's important for community to be aware of family violence. Many victims of family violence feel isolated from their friends, families and networks. The support worker says it's not okay for anyone to turn a blind eye.
It's better to ask the question of the person and say, I know what's happening in your family, can I help you? What can I do to help? Than to leave it. Because if you let it go, it feels to the victim as if our society's condoning that.
An important part of the trust is not only looking after women and children, but caring for the men.
So it's really important that we stand up and we say, our society doesn't need this, our women and children need protection, and our men need support to be the good men that we know they are.
The Battered Women's Trust has a special focus on offenders, making sure they receive the help they need.
We've taken 2 years to make sure that program runs really successfully, and it's making an enormous difference, and there's been a lot of uptake. Men abusers have shown to be much more willing to engage with services than we expected. So that's really positive, and it's an important part of what we do now.
The Women's Refuge Collective received government funding to assist them with their services. The Battered Women's Trust say this only covers half of their operational costs. The refuges are collecting donations this week to keep the key organisations running and allow them to help others in their recovery.
Raising awareness is about making sure that people who need the services know where to go and know how to get those services and can get them at the time they need them, even if it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Joelle Bautista, CTV News.
Yeah, absolutely.